Yeah, man, we won't say where it is, but and the thing is, I knew something was going to happen.
Yeah.
And I was expecting. I was like, you when I screamed at the beginning of the show, I was sitting up there expecting. He did like, God damn it, he got my hands.
Yeah.
Jump. I was like, oh.
No, this character is frightening. Boys are back, and these boys are back once again, continuing to make a great argument as to why superheroes should not exist ever, of any type.
That's a really bad idea.
Yeah, keep them up in the books, keep them in them cartoons, keep them in the movies, keep them up on the screen. But I tell you what, keep them away from me, because if we've learned anything from this series right here, nothing good comes out of this.
No.
With great power comes no goddamn responsibility. Our conscience, our morals. There is a safe buffer and a distance, a disconnect between us. I do enjoy looking at very corrupt superheroes because that's more real to me, because I know how I would be if I had powers. I mean, everybody should be honest with themselves.
Sure.
I said last year, 2019, when the first season came out, I said, you know what? I'm going to go out and say it. This is my favorite superhero property at this moment. Mm-hmm. I love the social commentary. I love the characters. I love the adult approach to it. And now we have season 2. That's one of the things that had me worried. You know what I mean? With anything. Part 1 is always a better origin story. Mm-hmm. It's always the better instance of capturing lightning in a bottle.
Well, it's all the surprises.
All the surprises.
You have all the reveals.
Yep. And you know it's just a lot of times it's just they just can't capture the magic of what made it work before. But you know we have to watch it to actually make a true evaluation, and we can't say that we can judge completely.
No,
we haven't seen the whole season, but we were fortunate enough to get 3 episodes before this premieres on Friday, and those 3 episodes will be available to you too also. So you're not going to have to wait 3 weeks. You'll get to see what we see. But before then, we're going to go ahead and give our review of this. And as we said, Butcher and the boys are back to take all these heroes down. And the thing is, they all have different outlooks. You know, some say, all soups aren't bad. That's what they call them in the show. Mm-hmm. Butcher says, bullshit. Put that cape on. I dare you.
They're all bastards.
Put that mother. I dare you. If you fly, you talk to fish, you bulletproof, I will find a way to kill your ass.
Shit. All right, what do we do?
I can tell you something, man. They showed that Negro something that he didn't know was acting or was fake. Anytime a black man say shit, he saw something. He saw some real shit. There's never a moment where that shit is fake. You don't act that.
No. That was too good.
Yeah, you guys go ahead. I'm good.
One of the show's biggest strengths is still this asshole right here.
Sure.
Homelander. And the reason why he manages to be a big highlight here, the big strength of the show, is because if you've been keeping up with the show, if you saw season 1, you know, I mean, you can look at this picture right here. This dude's up.
Yeah.
In some, I mean, you know, because I mean, there were moments in here where you were like the biggest moments where you tell people like, man, I just saw the most up show ever. Mm-hmm. It was usually because of something Homelander did.
Yeah.
You stay back. Stay the back. I'll laser you, goddammit.
That dude, look at him. He's like, shit, you know what? I'm going to crash. I'll go there with the plane.
Take my chances.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somehow, some way, they managed to make him even more up. And keep in mind, the first 3 episodes of this.
You know, with last season, they found a way to make you, at times, have some sympathy for him. Sure. That's all gone now.
No, it's gone. No, this dude's a complete piece of shit. How do you top that? I can actually give you, and I'm being serious, I can give you one simple description. Imagine if you took Trump and gave him superpowers, you would have this character right here. A person who's a complete narcissist who everything that he does is for his own self-benefit.
Well, I mean, Trump does have the power of the U.S. government behind him, so he's sort of that already.
No, man, this fool could fly and shoot lasers from his eyes. We'd be, all of us, we'd be messed up.
Yeah.
Because a lot of you saying that's a terrifying thought. Exactly. This is a guy who, I mean, that's the biggest fear about giving somebody the ultimate power to fly, bulletproof, strength, and whatnot. All that is great, but what if they're insane?
Yeah, sociopath.
Sociopath. I'd even go along and say this dude's a psychopath. I don't even know if he can feel anything.
Yeah, well, they even do just a great job. I mean, you showcased that scene in the first season, which is an amazing moment on the airplane. But when he's just in a room of someone, I'm like, I don't know how this is going to play out because I consistently feel anxious, and his mood swings. It's like on a goddamn dime.
Sure.
You don't know what direction he's going to go in, and everyone that's around him feels threatened by him, or at least most of the people.
Yeah, no. The find out that all the other superheroes on his team,
scared,
who should be his friends, are terrified of him.
That's I was watching this last night. I almost cut this shit off.
Yeah, no, I know.
Yeah. I was like,
it gives you that nasty feeling, the pit of your
nauseous.
stomach.
I had to, because people look. Last season, Homelander was mostly a dick, and I mean, and he's a dick with superpowers. And I'm not saying this to say anything to defend him, but look, all of us have always wondered, and they've shown it in different things, and that's why this concept is always popular. Everybody's always wondered, what if Superman was an asshole? What if he wasn't so goody-goody? What if he actually go out and do?
Because Superman only works because he had those very moral parents from the Midwest who taught him to be good.
Had them old country-ass parents out there,
And when people are like, I want a darker Superman, it's like, no, you don't.
No, you don't. Imagine if he had landed in the Midwest and it was real, and them country-ass parents would have been racist.
Yep.
Yeah, wow, you nailed it.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have no Black Lives Matter because you wouldn't have no black lives.
Yep. You know what? I got powers. I don't need this to be complicated. I'm making it simple. I'm making executive decisions right now, and that would just start you on a downward spiral of just like, I'm just going to do what I want to do.
Listen, I'm going to tell you, I don't even need powers. If I just had Batman's money, there would be one night I wouldn't even get in that costume. I'd find out what the Joker is, and I'd hire somebody to take that money. I'm tired of this. I'm tired of this shit. I know I'm tired of it. So if I had superpowers, it would be like, you got 3 chances. You on that 3 strikes rule. You got 3 chances to get your life straight. That third time, we flying right over Arkham. Hey, Arkham down there. No, it ain't. No, wait a minute. No.
Oh, is it down there?
Yeah.
There you go.
No, you had 3 chances in Arkham. No, we're going to the woods.
Yeah, you probably just announce to the world, like, hey, I'll be cool if you be cool, but if you show up on my radar, that's your ass.
Shit, I guarantee you, I'd have Lex Luthor, the Joker in my clutches. We passed over Arkham. I'll be good. No, you had that chance already. No, I'm gonna take you to the woods and laser your limbs off one by one. Think about all this inconvenience you done put me through. So I had to watch this all at one time, and there were moments like I said, man, I need a break.
I know. I was at first I was like, oh, they only sent us the first 3, and when it's done, I was like, yeah, 3 is all I could handle.
It's a lot.
It's like, man, this character right here, every time he walked into a scene, I would just tense up.
Yep.
There were moments,
especially when he's being nice.
Oh yeah,
When he's being nice, you're like, no.
How's he gonna play this?
Yeah, get out of there.
yeah.
Just leave.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's the thing. The nicer that he is, I'm glad you brought that up because that was a point of mine. I even put right here because I say because there were points that you guys made, and they were great points. One is that he is completely unpredictable. He looks like he's going to snap at any moment, and you just don't know what's going to happen. The nicer he is, the more it means that you are probably about to die or at least get seriously hurt. The moment that mother started smiling.
Yeah, there is a moment, and I know exactly. He does something like, okay, it's like, here he is. He's went through all the experiences, and he does something so foul to someone. I'm just like, oh my God.
And completely unnecessary.
Exactly, just to prove his twisted point. That was shocking. They can't shock me now. I'm numb to this. It's like, nope, they did it. You did it again.
It was also them wanting to throw you at Marvel.
Yeah, oh, really?
Because
I know
it was basically one of their characters.
Oh, really?
That he did that to.
Okay. Yeah, man, we won't say where it is, but and the thing is, I knew something was going to happen.
Yeah.
And I was expecting. I was like, you when I screamed at the beginning of the show, I was sitting up there expecting. He did like, God damn it, he got my hands.
Yeah.
Jump. I was like, oh.
No, this character is frightening. Homelander is one of my favorite characters on television ever, and I'm scared like a mother.
Yeah, you love to hate him.
I couldn't. There were moments he would walk in, I couldn't even look at the screen because I don't want to look him in the eye. Man, I'm serious. I was just kind of like,
what's he gonna do?
I was like, man, seriously, this is an amazing character that they've written, just because of the just the emotional reaction you have to him. That poor PR girl, man. By this actress Colby Menifee. Every time she's on screen, I'm so nervous, man. I'm saying you would just. I'm so scared he's gonna kill this woman every time. Because the thing is, she comes in, she's a PR person, and she constantly is giving him ideas that he hates, and he's constantly looking at her with a smile, talking about what the is this?
Yeah.
And yeah, she always comes in. It's like, we have the best news. We've picked this right here. They have chosen the best ideas. And he's looking like, nope, I hate it. And I'm just like, Jesus.
Who told you to do that?
Quit.
Well, because she comes in so happy that she has this position.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
He quickly turns that around.
I'm saying, leave. Drive Uber for a little bit until you find your next gig. This is one of the most terrifying characters I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Scares the shit out of me.
Yeah.
He's never not interesting. Like
That's true.
anytime he is on scene, it's like, what's he gonna do? I love his mommy issues that they constantly bring up, and even just, Anthony Starr is the actor, and like even how he articulates his jaw to display emotion or even pleasure, and it's just like, oh my god, like don't get him around milk because you're gonna see just a plethora of emotions going on that face.
Oh, I know. Man, do not be lactating around him.
No.
Oh, Jesus.
He'll rip your titties off. And I really mean that. He will probably rip your titties off. We're talking about, again, some of the more supervillain elements of him. We're talking about him like he is a movie villain. But the thing that really brought it home for me and made me really fear him is because they ground him a little bit in some actual drama here. The storyline that brings the most drama in the show, and probably, and it is with him, is that his storyline with Butcher's wife, Becca. I forgot the actress's name, but she's connected to Homelander with a kid.
It's his kid.
And out of all the, his kid. And out of all the superpower stuff, the political corruption, the corporate corruption that we see, this storyline is the one that really makes me the most tense because it's a storyline of domestic abuse.
Yeah.
It feels very much like real life domestic abuse.
Like,
you got to
like having that abusive dad. That toxic masculine.
husband.
Dad. Yeah.
You got a dude walking around the house in a goddamn Superman costume, pretty much.
That he never takes off.
He never takes off.
He never takes it off in the original series, the first season, or here. And that always made him like otherworldly. Like because we saw the other characters, even in the season, they have their civilian clothes, but not him, which just makes him even it makes it even more threatening.
Yeah, it makes it weird that he never takes that off. He never and the thing is he's walking around the house looking like somebody at a Halloween party, and it still feels like an actual domestic abuse case. You have a woman who has a child with this abuser, and she can't run away from him. The authorities won't help her out.
Right.
She's stuck at home with this guy who's forever connected to her, and she can't find any kind of relief from this person or safety from him at all. And it's not like he physically abuses her, but just the small threats of abuse, like he does with everybody.
Sure. Well, just when you tell somebody, "Hey, I need you to leave," and they're like, "No."
I thought that was very smart the way they played it out, where it's like it wasn't too heavy. It wasn't, but it was sort of an analogy for when I call the police, no one can help me.
Yeah.
She actually is trying to call a certain authority out there, and she just has to go back home and just says, you know what? I just hope it's me that's going to be dead instead of my kid.
Every element of that part of the story feels authentic.
Yeah.
Despite the guy dressed up like an evil Superman.
Dressed up like a Six Flags costume person or something.
Exactly.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, it's incredible.
It's bad around that kid. It's worse when he's around the kid because he's so mentally abusive of this kid without realizing it because he thinks that's when the most disturbing part comes out. Now, it's funny because I laughed. I laughed when he pushed that kid off the roof. And and I'm looking at this, I'm like, it turns out, man, that shit ain't funny.
Yeah.
Now maybe maybe I should have been laughing at a kid getting pushed off a roof anyway.
Well, and the thing is, the kid's reaction to get out of here. I want to be with my mom. Mm-hmm. Things are better when you're not around. That's classic right there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, this kid, man. This kid is very intense when he's around this kid because he thinks he feels something, but he doesn't.
No.
He doesn't realize how selfish he's being around this kid, and he's having this kid do things that he thinks this kid should do. He never considers anybody else. That's why I say everything is all about him. Mm-hmm. He tries to say "I love you," and he doesn't even realize that he doesn't mean it.
He doesn't know what that is.
He doesn't even know what it is. He thinks it's just something that if you say it that's enough, and he doesn't like this character really on a mental level is very complex. I mean, some of the worst ways, but. Those scenes are very intense with him. They still managed to get a laugh out of me with that character.
Sure.
Because he has to deal with idiots sometimes. That PR woman, I fear for her life. She might be smart under any other circumstance, but around him, she's a idiot. And to hear him deal with her half the time makes me laugh. But especially when the Deep with his dumb ass. When he's trying to get back into the 7, the Deep is their Aquaman character. He might be insane, but he's still smart. And to see him dealing with some of these idiots right here, like the Deep, and just the way he rolls his eyes, and just the actor is so good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, oh yeah.
His exasperation of always having to deal with people lesser than him just always gets a chuckle out of me.
Promise we'll harvest your blubber.
I think so. All right, did you get a good look at them, or?
Not really. I was too busy worrying about Lucy.
Right. Listen.
I mean, the character still manages to actually not completely be repulsive, and I think that's why the writing with this character is so good. Mm-hmm. A lot of it has to do with this actor just being able to bring all these qualities, if you want to call it qualities, or all these traits of this character to life right here. A character, seeing a superhero who's emotionally stunted, spoiled, a self-serving narcissist who is still charming, makes him one of the most fascinating villains out there today. And that's because of this actor right here. Huge praise for him, man. He plays that character so well that if he was working for me, I wouldn't even trust him. I'd be doing background checks to see if he has a secret history of mental illness. That shit, I'm looking at him right now like, no, this motherfucker crazy, man. That's why he's able to do this.
Although there's something to be said about you enjoying the way he has to deal with idiots. It's like, is that how you look at your staff? Is that how you talk to your editors? Oh, Jesus. All right.
Wow. Nothing. Can't say anything. Lack of words. Jesus. You shut him up, Mark.
Look, there have been moments that I've gone to. There have been moments I've gone to YouTube and looked at certain things, and I had to just make a call and like, what the f is this? Yeah. That's your answer? Okay. Yeah. I'm not saying I tried to look at them as idiots. I'm just saying if you do something idiotic, I might have to roll my eyes and cut your ass out. We talked about this character so much and talked about how much you said it, how much you just love to hate him. Mm-hmm. How much this character, as we said, is just, a complete villain, complete piece of shit, terrifying. We put all the villain and supervillain characteristics in there and praised them all, which is why I got to give credit to someone, a character. I reluctantly give them credit to a character that I absolutely hate.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Can't even really put no love in there.
Nope.
Don't love to hate, just hate.
Mm-hmm.
Hate to hate.
Yeah.
Stormfront. Oh, what was that? What's that actress's name? Oh man, I forgot.
Forget her name at the top of my head.
Yeah, somebody in chat, let us know. Somebody said Aya Cash. Somebody in the chat hit it. Moist Mike said she just looks annoying, and she is. Before she really turns into what it is that makes you hate her, she is just annoying.
Yeah, no, she's annoying when she's her best self.
She sure is. That's very well put.
She's like an internet troll.
Yeah.
That's what she is. It was a superhero. And you learn later on, it's like, oh, this is if a Breitbart writer was a superhero. And I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Well, what a perfect thing to observe what's going on like right now and put that in the show.
Yeah, man. I find her, man, I can't believe I'm saying this. I shouldn't even have to compare, but I find her so much worse than Homelander.
No. You, as much as you watch the show going like, Jesus, Homelander's such a villain. He's a danger to everybody. He's got to go. He's got to die. She moves to the top of the list.
Quickly.
You're like,
Yeah.
Homeland, okay, I'll get to you later.
Yeah, let me talk to this
But
bitch
first,
right here. You know, because look, the thing is with Homelander, yeah, I can at least give him credit in some areas. You know, you're funny, you're intelligent, you have great leadership skills.
Yeah.
Usually by intimidating people, but you get the job done.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
You know, Stormfront, from the moment she enters, she's like one of those know-it-all millennial bitches who is on the internet all the time.
Yeah.
Talking, not even trying to help anything, not trying to do anything good, just either gossiping or trying to expose somebody.
Yeah.
Just, always belittling everything. Not everyone, but everything
Everything.
around her,
Yeah.
because I am so much better than all of this. Yet you are here.
Yeah.
Because she came in and she was just kind of exposing all of the other bullshit
Yeah.
of these heroes, what's it
Vought.
called? Vought Corporation. Like, she was like, I was like, all right, I'm on your side, girl.
As if Homelander and Maeve are gonna eat MREs and piss in a ditch with the rest of the crew.
Yeah, hi, we're filming right now. Excuse me.
Hi, my Nana's your biggest fan. I'm Stormfront.
Bitch,
I know,
that
so
little dig.
condescending.
That little dig. Man, you make me hate you because you made me defend somebody that I already hate. Take that little dig right there. It's not even I'm a fan. Hey, my Nana.
Yeah.
Can't even say my mom. I got to pick the oldest thing out there. My old ass Nana is a fan of your old ass.
Oh, the boys on 82. I'm the new girl. Yeah, reporting for duty.
He wants to laser this bitch so bad. And I don't blame him. There's not a genuine thing about her, man.
No, and the poor PR girl is just so like, I don't want to die over this.
I know.
I had nothing to do with this.
And see, that's what look. He's smiling, and who's he looking at? The PR girl. I was like, oh my God. He's like, he's looking at her like, if there wasn't people around, your ass would be dead. And I know it's not even really your fault, but I need to hurt someone. It's like even moments like that, like when I'm annoyed at this girl, I'm terrified of him. Aya Cash is actually great as the character.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah, her performance is
the
amazing.
actress is fantastic.
No, I love her, but I tell you what, and even Homelander is getting jealous of how evil she is. You know, he's looking at her like, bitch, you a bigger villain than me.
Right.
Yep.
Moving from the villains to the good guys, man. Carl Urban and Jack Quaid, who is Dennis Quaid's son. Him and no one ever mentions his mom.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
I guess you're the Quaid name, but his mom is what's her name?
Meg Ryan.
Meg Ryan, because you can see some of that in there
You can see a lot of her
when
in
he's
him.
not covered in shit and blood.
Yeah.
But they continue to, I think, grow their characters even more through the interactions of their characters.
Honestly, if there was anything I wasn't digging, both of the two of them are getting on my nerves through these first 3 episodes.
Were they?
Yeah.
Because
Huey is just so, he's being whiny, and I get why, but to a point where it's like you're kind of dragging everybody down. But then Butcher, I'm like, man, I thought you were kind of cool before, but you're a dick.
I never thought Butcher was cool. I've argued that with people. I said Butcher is he's a problem, and I wouldn't be surprised if he became somewhat of a villain later on. I don't know.
I can see that.
I get the impression, I mean, is he that much different than Homelander? Where he doesn't care about anybody except what he wants. He'll sacrifice his team, and they showcase that. He doesn't care about civilians. Now, in regards to Huey, I would disagree where it's just like, he has PTSD.
Oh, I know.
Like, every episode, he's just listening to another Billy Joel song, just staring at him. I just want to be with my girlfriend. My life is falling apart. He's living in some just hovel in New York where everyone else is like helping put these gangsters back together, going to get up by all these superheroes. I mean, they're like, I understand why he's whining. It matches the scenes.
I do too. Don't get me wrong. I get it.
Yeah.
But there's just that point of like there's a point where his mopiness almost gets everybody killed, and I'm like,
man,
I know, but you gotta.
I gotta tell
get
you,
up, start moving, please.
I
Fuck's
don't.
sakes.
I'm I'm with Herman over here, man. Man, this dude never asked for any of this shit. If you watch the first season, no spoilers there. I mean, I don't want to spoil anything. They open up with it.
He kind of gets tricked into it.
Yeah, he gets tricked into this. He loses his girlfriend. He spends half of these shows covered in blood. Always constantly covered in blood.
Especially these first 3 episodes.
And then he's got this guy who brought him in here, tricked him, and is constantly aggressive and abusing him. And I'm just kind of like, man, I don't blame this dude for like standing up to him sometime. That's the only thing.
No, that I get.
There's simmering tension between him and Butcher the whole time. And the thing is, it keeps you on edge. It really does, because, well, the biggest thing is that you're just scared that Butcher's just gonna beat the shit out of him one day, more than he already has.
Noted. Not a word from him. He left us for dead, and now it's like nothing happened?
You're up. What happened the last time I punched you? What happened the last time I told you to shut the up? Remember that?
Well, who else they gonna follow?
Yeah, let me shut the That's the thing. I'm always on Huey's side, but I have nothing to offer, no advice except, Huey, you stand your ground and just take that ass whooping when it comes.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I can see Huey's frustration of working with a leader who always has to have his way and doesn't really dole out information to the rest of people on his crew when they ask for it.
Oh shit.
Well, who else you gonna follow?
I ain't saying nothing.
I said no names.
The moment your eyes start going,
I've had a lot of jobs.
This motherfucker.
So what are we going to talk about on the show? Oh, you'll find out. Okay, all right.
Well, I'm sorry. I couldn't trust you lot, who I thought was smart enough just to follow along. But I see what you're saying, because there was a moment where he was getting on my nerves too, but I was just like, but they pushed this dude.
No, I get it. I was like, no, I understand, I do, but I can't help but have this emotion like, God damn it.
Like he's mentally breaking down.
Right.
He's got he's got PTSD. It's like they even say like, man, people tell him you brought in a civilian. What the f you expect him to do?
Yeah.
Sitting inside of a whale, right now, covered in blood. He's
like dying.
I laughed when he called him Pinocchio.
Yeah,
that was good. That was good.
Because I like what they're doing with the characters so far. Kamiko. Karen Fukuhara plays her. She's getting a little bit more development as you get some background about her family history. Now, the only thing that I have to complain about with these characters is that so far, now I know we're only 3 episodes in, but so far, let me see if I can find them here. The characters of Mother's Milk and Frenchie, they seem to be the ones that are slightly neglected right now.
Yeah,
they're not getting any development at all. Only development that, and Laz Alonso plays Mother's Milk. Tamar Kapoor is the Frenchie over there. You can see him right here. The only development that they have for these two, Frenchie just always worried about Kamiko.
Right.
Yep.
But he gets more than Mother's Milk, because his biggest character development, he's building a fucking dollhouse.
Yeah.
And always getting the butcher's face saying, man, that ain't right.
And I just want to see my kids.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, good point.
Giancarlo Esposito, who, look, he's still Gus Fring. I mean, look at you can even tell those two apart.
He's less Gus Fring than I was expecting.
Well, he's Gus Fring without the chicken in the accent.
Yes, without an accent. Yeah, exactly.
He's Gus Fring without an accent. All he did was change his shirt.
He really did. And maybe a different pair of glasses instead of wire rims.
I mean, don't get me wrong,
He's good. He's good in it.
You put Gus Fring in anything, the character of Gus Fring, I don't care what you put him in. You make him the same thing. I like the character. Just don't blow his ass up. He gonna lose his cool after that. But no, I like Gus. What's the character's name? I forgot the character. Stan, somebody, I believe.
I don't remember.
But anyway,
Gus Fring.
I mean, he always gonna be Gus Fring. Yeah. But I like him.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's able to stand toe-to-toe with Homelander and talk shit back to him and not flinch.
He sure is. And the funny thing is, he still got that hair, still got those glasses, still got the same expression. And the funny thing is, he's still slinging that blue meth in this. Except,
Oh yeah, that's right.
Except it turns people to superheroes now. Damn, it's like they call if you need a dude who's with glasses, slick back hair, who sells blue drugs. Get Giancarlo Esposito, man.
Hey, maybe they'll work that into Far Cry.
They
They might. You joke. I would not be surprised.
You know, him, like they showed a scene with him where he was, I think they showed like about 5 minutes of that. And when I saw that, I was like, you know what? He's actually really good. I'm looking forward to this. He's really, you know, there's certain things that make him like a little small, subtle things where he's not exactly a Gus Fring.
I'm on page 134. Same person as always. Me.
I mean,
Ask me some stupid shit like that. Who the hell you think? You've seen how in the last episode, just some of the heinous acts that the Deep did, and you know that history is about to catch up with him if he tries to get back into the Seven. And, you know that history is getting brought back up with him and Starlight.
Who invited you exactly?
Starlight, listen, what I did was unforgivable. There's no need for language.
You know that that is going to be tense because if you know what he did, it was, you know, we're laughing, but it was
foul.
Yeah.
It's like this guy. I mean, he is such a broken person, and I want to see this continue to develop. I hope it doesn't like end with another gag, but I want to see how they handle him throughout the rest of the series.
I thought they were a bit too comedic with it.
Yeah.
For a bit. But then when he talks about his childhood and they're bringing up the fact that everybody here was given this stuff as a kid, and I was like, okay, yeah, I guess I do feel for him.
You know that's the boldness of this series. I mean, on the front end, it looks like it's just a flat out comedy, but they're actually being daring with this. They're actually they're challenging you to go in, because I saw somebody in here that said because rape is funny, right? And I don't think that they're trying to make they're trying to make any humor out of it.
Not at all.
What they're doing is saying they have somebody who did this horrible act, and they're challenging you to like say, all right, you know, look past this person as somebody that is a villain up front, and look past them to see what's happened to them, what traumatized them. And you know, nobody's saying that you have to forgive them, but can you feel something for somebody that actually was hurt at some point and that has made them what they are right now?
Sure. You don't have to forgive them. You don't have to even feel sorry for them, but just understand.
Dominic McElligott, I think is her name, as Queen Maeve. She also brings a little bit of drama. Of her trying to struggle with her public image against her own sexuality. You know, it's some stuff that they're laying things down right now that I'm sure they're going to get into later. I'm looking forward to see what they do with those. But you know, also it's still a comedy in some parts. I mean, it's a dark comedy,
a very dark comedy,
very dark comedy. And so it still has some characters that are cliche that I don't think fit in here too well. Some stereotypes. They had a filmmaker dude in there, and I was like, all right, this is a little bit lazy right here, the way you wrote them. But The Boys, the series always rose above any kind of schlocky soap opera kind of storytelling because of a couple of things, really. One, this feels very relevant. They've always had their kind of a very fuck you sort of attitude, a very f off sort of attitude towards their social commentary. Really, it's like if you don't like it, you can't handle it, then we don't care. Now we're not here to please everybody. It's combined with a lot of violence. Yeah. That's the thing that they have never been shy about.
I feel like they've amped it up.
Oh, they did. I mean,
because I felt ill watching some of this stuff.
I mean, they get to a moment like in the last one. All right, they had a lot of it, and it seemed like it. They were kind of just taking the tone from the comic book and applying it right here to stay true to what they created there. But it gets to a point now where it looks they just relish in it, and some of it's combined with some really nice action. There's some creative action scenes in here that they do combine with the gore. I love that scene where they. You can find this. We're not spoiling anything. Where the Deep just summons a whole army of sharks to chase them in their boat.
Butcher, what are you doing?
work out like you thought it would. By the way, it's not enough just to impale a whale. Go through it with a boat. After they're done, it's not enough to just impale the whale for the shock value. No, they chill out in there. They have a conversation. They hang out. They had tea. They'd have a cup right there. To wrap it up, sum it up, I still think that this is, right now, the best, most challenging, and well-written superhero property that is out there. Balance all that. Costumed heroes. They balance all that by taking advantage of real-world social satire and with a very adult approach. You know, like I said, it's just, I'm not saying that I want this completely, but after you see a lot of PG-13 movies and whatnot, and they're the biggest ones getting all the attention, it's kind of cool to see somebody be able to work inside of this arena without having the same restraints. So yeah, I still enjoyed this, man. I would even say that it's slightly better along, with a lot of the characters that we get and seeing how they are continuing to grow them. So yeah, it's still a full price for me.
It's still full price for me. I don't know that I am enjoying it more than the first season, and maybe that's just because that had, like I said, all the reveals, all the new things.
Yeah.
Like the thing we keep saying over and over, it's just scary and tense the entire time. It's like you enjoy the Marvel movies because they take, hey, this is all the stuff I love, but you put a realistic spin on it. I feel like it's happening in this world, but it's like you don't even know realistic spin until you watch this, and this was like, yeah, this wouldn't be fun at all.
Yeah, and we haven't even seen. And like, look, it's about to get more f***ed up. I can tell you that right now.
Yeah,
we haven't even seen some of the characters that have come in yet.
Right,
Sure.
right.
What they're about to do.
So, I can't wait for it. I'm gonna give this a high full price.
Yeah. Highly recommended all around.
Yeah.